Today, I want to do my Los Angeles Chargers season prediction. Week 1, they have a tough matchup against the Chiefs, and look, I know this is a more depleted roster for Kansas City, but I still think Mahomes and company are going to be able to get it done. So the Chargers lose Week 1, but they do get back-to-back wins in the next 2 weeks against Las Vegas and Denver. I think both Las Vegas and Denver are going to be really good teams. Denver's defense especially, I think, is going to be top 3 this year. But like every offseason, it seems every team's gotten better, but some got better than others. Then the Chargers have back-to-back NFC East opponents with the Giants in Week 4 and the Commanders in Week 5, and I think they win both of those games. The Giants is somewhat of a no-brainer, but the Commanders, I think that one's going to be close, and that's going to be a really fun game to watch. But I think overall the improvements made by the Chargers is a little bit better than the Commanders. And then to cap off this already 4-game-long win streak, we have another 4 wins. I got a win against Miami, a win against the Colts, a win against the Vikings, and a win against Tennessee. I think the closest game in this little stretch is the Vikings. Their offensive line's improved. Their defense is still great. I just think it comes down to how successful J.J. McCarthy is going to be. But I do think that the experience with Herbert and the rushing attack that I expect from this Chargers offense will be effective, and they'll win this game. But in Week 10, the win streak comes to an end. I think they lose against Pittsburgh. I think this is one of those games that Pittsburgh plays really well, and they end up winning and stealing away from the Chargers. But they bounce back in the next week with a win against Jacksonville. After the bye, the Chargers do have it rough, though. I do think they get a win against the Raiders, but I expect a loss to Philly, a loss to Kansas City, a loss to Dallas, and a loss to Denver. But they will win against Houston. This end-of-the-year stretch is going to be super important, mostly because there's a few divisional games, and I think this will probably determine the order of the division for the playoffs. So overall, that's 11-6. I think that's a great record, and I do think that they end up placing second in the AFC West. They could easily be first if they steal a few games, but they could easily be fourth if they don't. Overall, I'm really excited for this Chargers team. I think that Marion Hampton's going to have a great season, and I think Herbert, now with a few more weapons, is really going to show the league how good he is.